Hello, everyone. Welcome to a very special Sunday night broadcast here on my YouTube channel, the legendary Alex Cardinale. I'm your host, Chef Alex Cardinale. I'm glad you guys can join me today. Before we get started, I would like to thank everybody, whether you're watching this video live or you're catching the replay of today's video. I really appreciate your view. So thank you so much for taking the time to watch today's video. And as always, if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are brand new. Anyway, I'm your host, Chef Alex Cardinale. Today, I'm going to be talking about Christmas dishes and Christmas food traditions from all around the world. This is a submitted request. So a subscriber of mine who watches all of my videos requested that I do this video, and I figured it was a rather unique topic, and I really like the idea of talking about Christmas foods from around the world, so I decided to do this video. So a shout out to that person that gave me that recommendation. I really appreciate that. And this is going to be a really fun video for me, Chef Alex, to do. So if you are watching this video and you have ideas on some videos you want to see me do, comment them down below and I'll make sure to do those videos. So before we get started, I want to wish all my viewers watching this video a happy and healthy Christmas season. Merry Christmas, everyone. I hope you get what you want for Christmas and you enjoy a great Christmas dinner. So today I'm going to walk you through the entire world and discuss popular Christmas dishes and food traditions from all around the world. Now, if you are watching this video, you can be a part of today's video as well. What are some of your Christmas food traditions? Post them in the comments and let me know. So what are some foods you enjoy eating during Christmas time? Let me know in the comments. Now, if you're watching this video live, you can also come live on the video by clicking the link, which is in the description of YouTube and also on Facebook. So this right here is the link you'll click on. You'll see it on my Facebook and my YouTube channel if you are watching this video live right now. All right, with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. And I want to start today's video by talking about my Christmas food traditions. So me personally, my family and I are Italian Americans. I was born here in the United States of America, but my great grandparents on both sides come from Italy. So that makes me an Italian American. So for Christmas, we generally do a Italian American Christmas dinner. So our Christmas dinner consists of both Italian food as well as American food. So my Christmas dinner consists usually of things like a turkey, because turkey is still popular for several months after Thanksgiving. It also will consist of a prime rib and a ham. So last year we didn't do three meats. Last year we prime rib and turkey. So this year we're going to save the turkey for a later date. And this year we're just going to do a prime rib and a ham. And the prime rib and ham are the American part of our Italian American Christmas dinner. Now, every Christmas dinner, we have some sort of a pasta dish, whether it be stuffed shells, manicotti, lasagna, or baked ziti, there is always a pasta dish with our Christmas dinner, and that is where the Italian part comes in. And of course, we have mashed potatoes and all sorts of different vegetables. And for desserts, we have the traditional Christmas cookies, red velvet cake, which is an absolute favorite of mine. I absolutely love red velvet cake. We also have rum cake and one of my personal favorite pastries, cannolis. Those are my Christmas food traditions, and I cannot wait to hear about your favorite Christmas food traditions. So, my favorite Christmas desserts are simple. I have two favorite Christmas desserts. The first is a French dessert that is known as a Yule log. Now, the Yule log is basically a cake roll. um, Normally, it's a chocolate cake roll, but it could be a vanilla cake roll or a red velvet cake roll that is filled with buttercream and then iced with more buttercream, or it can be filled with a cream cheese filling or stuff like that. And it's decorated for Christmas. So here's a picture of a traditional Yule log. As you can see, it's a very beautiful cake. It is made to resemble the firewood that is actually used in France. But here in America, our Yules, and they are decorated for Christmas. But they're essentially a Yule log, and they're very, very delicious. And then my next favorite Christmas dessert, absolutely perfect this time of year, is a red velvet cake. And you can see how beautiful that red velvet cake is. Dark layers of red cake iced with cream cheese icing. And you can make it Christmassy by adding peppermint to the cake batter or the frosting, and you've got a perfect Christmas cake. Red velvet cake is the perfect Christmas dessert, in my opinion, along with Christmas cookies like chocolate chip cookies, gingerbread men, and sugar cookies. So those are my favorite Christmas desserts. All right, let's get right into Christmas food traditions from all around the world. And we're going to start where me and most of my viewers live, and that is the United States of America. So here is the American Christmas food traditions. Let's get started. All right, so the American Christmas food traditions. The traditional American Christmas dinner is very similar to a Thanksgiving dinner. It usually includes a stuffed bird, turkey is the most common, with gravy and some classic sides. It also has stuffing and mashed potatoes. Other American Christmas food traditions include ham and pork roast, beef tenderloin or prime rib, rack of lamb, green bean casserole, and broccoli casserole. And some families add additional items like Spanish rice and Italian pastas and things like that, and macaroni and cheese to their Christmas dinners. So American Christmas desserts, you've got cookies, which could be M&M cookies, gingerbread men, gingerbread houses. You've got chocolate chip cookies, peanut butter blossoms, which is basically a peanut butter cookie that has a Hershey Kiss put on top, or a Reese's peanut butter cup put on top. You've got fruit cakes. I definitely don't like fruit cakes, but fruit cakes are a very popular dessert this time of year. As I mentioned earlier, gingerbread men and gingerbread houses, Yule logs, aka Swiss rolls. Red velvet cake is very popular this time of year, and peppermint bark is delicious this time of year, as are other types of different barks, which is basically melted chocolate and peppermint. So here is an interesting fact about Jewish people living in the United States of America. Now, Jewish people living in America, their tradition is to eat Chinese food, with most Chinese restaurants open on Christmas holiday. So the Jews, they don't cook dinner on Christmas Day, probably because it's too expensive to do that. So they go to a Chinese restaurant and they have Chinese food on Christmas Day, which Chinese food is good, but I prefer to spend Christmas dinner with my family at home and preparing a delicious meal. So that is the American Christmas food traditions. Let's go to our neighbors to the north, Canada, and let's learn about Canada's Christmas food traditions. Now, they say most Canadians aren't the sharpest knife in the drawer, but there are a lot of nice people in Canada. So let's see how they celebrate Christmas with their delicious food. All right, so Canadian Christmas food traditions, very similar to the United States of America. As a matter of fact, the Canadian Christmas tradition, the traditional Christmas dinner, also features turkey with stuffing, mashed potatoes, gravy, cranberry sauce, and vegetables. Other types of poultry, roast beef, or ham are also used. Now, for dessert, which is very similar to the United States, they have pumpkin or apple pie, raisin pudding, which we don't have in the United States, Christmas pudding, or fruitcake are staples. Eggnog, which is a milk based punch that is often infused with alcohol, is also popular around the holiday season. And that is also popular in the United States. Other Christmas items for Canada include Christmas cookies, butter tarts, and shortbread, which are traditionally baked before the holidays and served to visiting friends at Christmas and New Year parties, as well as on Christmas Day. And we do that in America as well. As you guys know, we all bake delicious cookies and serve them to our friends and our families. All right, now we're going to head to Europe, and we're going to one of my favorite countries in the world. We are going to Italy to discuss the Italian Christmas food traditions. So here we go. Italian Christmas food traditions. So the Italians actually have two Christmas dinners. They have a Christmas Eve dinner, which is centered around seafood, and then they have a small Christmas Day dinner. The biggest dinner for Christmas is the Christmas Eve dinner, and that is called the Feast of the Seven Fishes. And it basically is a seafood dinner. So if you love seafood, then you're going to love being an Italian on Christmas Eve, because on Christmas Eve, the Italians eat anchovies, whiting, lobster, sardines, bacala, which is dried salt cod, ugh, gross, smelts, eels, ugh, squid, which is calamari, which I love, octopus, shrimp, mussels, and clams. Unfortunately for me, I am allergic to shellfish, so I can't enjoy a delicious lobster, shrimp, mussels, and clams, but I can have delicious calamari, which I love on Christmas Eve. And as a matter of fact, that is what I'll be making on Christmas Eve. This year is a delicious calamari. Now, the Christmas Eve dinner, which is known as the Feast of the Seven Fishes, may also include pasta, vegetables, baked goods, and wine. And me, as an Italian American, my Christmas Eve dinner is calamari marinara served over linguine with a cannoli as a dessert. Pretty simple Christmas Eve dinner. and I abbreviated that from the Feast of the Seven Fishes. And later on in the show, I'm going to be giving out 2 recipes which are perfect for Italian Americans. I'm going to give out my calamari marinara, which is perfect over linguine, and my panettone bread pudding. So some seafoods that you can see on um, Christmas Eve are calamari and cod. Those are the 2 main items of the Feast of the Seven Fishes on Christmas Eve. Now, on Christmas Day, like I said, Italians have a small meal, which basically starts off with a pasta soup. So it basically is a soup made with a meat broth, which could be a chicken broth or a beef broth, and it is filled with filled pasta. So think of tortellini soup. Tortellini soup is perfect on Christmas Day. The Italians love that. So in northern Italy on Christmas Day, they usually eat poultry, which is often filled or roasted or boiled and seasoned with sauces like mostardara. In southern Italy, they eat the fried capitone eel, which is typical of Christmas Eve because this is a fasting day. On Christmas Day, roast lamb or fish may be eaten. Christmas sweets are very varied, and every region and sub-region has its own. Generally speaking, in northern Italy, they eat panettone, which is a type of sweet bread that usually has either dried fruit, nuts, or chocolate in it, followed by Tyrone, which is enriched with cherries, chocolate, sweets, and more, nougat, and nuts. In southern Italy, instead of one cake, they serve many kinds of marzipan, biscuits, zappoli, cannoli, candied fruits, and fresh fruits. In the last few decades, panettone has become popular as a Christmas sweet all over Italy. Pandoro is also a very popular cake at Christmas and New Year. So I have family in northern Italy and southern Italy. So I have the best of both worlds. On Christmas, I get panettone and cannolis and tiramisu, which is absolutely amazing. Although I don't like tiramisu, I do like cannolis. All right, staying in Europe, we're going to head to Ireland now. And now we're going to learn about the Irish Christmas food traditions. All right, so for all my Irish friends out there, you're going to appreciate this. The Irish Christmas dinner, which is eaten normally between 1 p.m. and 4 p.m. on Christmas Day, consists of turkey, ham, Brussels sprouts, roast potatoes, stuffing, and various vegetables. The older tradition, still followed by many people in Ireland, is to serve a duck or a goose at Christmas. Ugh. I can't imagine eating a duck or a goose. It sounds disgusting. Although it may be pretty tasty. Who knows? I haven't tried it, but one day I probably will try duck or goose. So I'm going to say something really quick, and this is meant as a joke, so hopefully no one takes offense to it. But what came in my head, speaking of eating duck or geese, there's actually a Asian gentleman that lives in my gated community here in southern Florida. And in my gated community, we have a big pond, and we have duck and geese here. And there's always this Asian man, older Asian man, that stands outside near the pond. And I'm always thinking to myself, he's probably waiting for a duck or a goose to come by so he can snatch it up and have an easy duck dinner. So that's what I thought of when I read that the Irish people enjoy duck dinner on Christmas. So again, that is just a joke. Hopefully, you don't take any offense to that, but I thought that was pretty funny. So the Irish dinner usually consists of roast turkey, although other poultry such as goose, chicken, duck, capon, or pheasant are alternatives, sometimes with roast beef or gammon, or to a lesser extent, pork. In some parts of Ireland, especially County Cork and Limerick, spiced beef will also be eaten. The centerpiece is typically served with stuffing, gravy, and sometimes forcemeat, pigs in blankets, cranberry sauce or red currant jelly, bread sauce. What the heck is bread sauce? If I had to guess, I would assume it's like a bread pudding. Roast potatoes, sometimes also boiled or mashed. Vegetables, usually boiled or steamed, particularly Brussels sprouts and carrots. Dessert consists of Christmas pudding or plum pudding, sometimes mince pies, Christmas cake or trifle with uh, brandied butter or cream. And that is the Irish Christmas dinner, aka the Irish Christmas food traditions. All right, so now we are going to take a trip to Asia and we're going to learn about some of the Asian countries' Christmas food traditions. And we're going to start with Japan. Now, Japan is known for one Christmas dessert, and it is called the Japanese Christmas cake, which is a white sponge cake covered with cream and decorated with strawberries. It is often consumed. And there's another type of cake in Japan called the stolen cake, which is either imported or made locally, and it is widely available. Now, here is something that's going to shock everybody. This is what the Japanese eat on Christmas Day and during the Christmas season. They don't have a traditional dinner, but they have a fast food dinner, KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken. That's right, folks. The Japanese people eat Kentucky Fried Chicken on Christmas Day, and that is because of a successful advertising campaign in the 1970s, and it made eating KFC around Christmas time a national custom in Japan. Its Christmas meals are so popular during the season that stores take reservations months in advance. So, KFC is popular in Japan around Christmas time. And I would think that KFC in Japan is a lot better than KFC in America, considering everything in Asia is 10 times better than stuff here in the United States of America. All right, we're going to head to India. I couldn't find much information on food dishes from India for Christmas, but what I did find is that their main entree for Christmas dinner is pork or beef dishes. Now we're going to head to the Philippines. In the Philippines, the popular dishes are cured pork, or for the fancy, rich, and luxury people of the Philippines, they have a roasted whole pork on Christmas. So I can't imagine watching a whole pig roast and then you slice into the pig with its head still attached. I think that would look a little bit disturbing to me, but people like to eat roasted whole pigs, and that is what the Philippines eat in the Philippines on Christmas. All right, let's talk about China. China has some pretty interesting foods during the Christmas season. They have roast pork, they have dumplings, they have rice, and a really surprising ingredient is apples. Apples are really popular during Christmas in China, and that is the Asian Christmas food traditions. All right, now we are going to head back to Europe to wrap up the show. And we're going to talk about English Christmas food traditions, aka the United Kingdom's Christmas food traditions. Now, the United Kingdom is very similar to the United States of America and very similar to Ireland, which is quite surprising. In the United Kingdom, the traditional foods you'll find on Christmas are roasted turkey, roasted potatoes, roasted parsnips, pigs in blankets, which are mini sausages wrapped in bacon, stuffing, red cabbage, boiled vegetables such as peas or carrots, Brussels sprouts, bread sauce. And I have no idea what bread sauce is. I think it's like bread pudding. So as a matter of fact, I am going to share my screen here. And I think we are going to do a research on bread sauce. So here we go. Let me get this going. All right. And now we're going to add this to the stream. And let's look up bread sauce and see what bread sauce really is. Because it sounds interesting. Is it like bread pudding? Bread sauce. What is it? So a bread sauce is a British warm or cold sauce made with milk, which is thickened with breadcrumbs, typically eaten with roast chicken or also turkey. So that sounds interesting. And here's a picture of what bread sauce looks like. Yeah, so somewhat similar to a bread pudding, I think. So that is what bread sauce is. So I learned something new today. All right, so let's stop sharing now and head right back to our show. So that is what the United Kingdom people eat for Christmas dinner. Now we are heading to France. And we're going to learn what the French eat on Christmas Day and their Christmas food traditions. They have a lot of great food, actually. So in France, caviar is popular during the holiday season. Oysters, lobster, foie gras, salmon, scallops, turkey, wild game. And for desserts, they have the Yule log cake, candied fruits, chocolate truffles, and champagne. You know, I'd have to visit France one day and have a Christmas dinner. I love salmon. I love turkey. I love the Yule log. I love chocolate truffles. And I'm pretty sure I could get used to some of the other foods that they have during the Christmas time for France. And again, a delicious slice of this Yule log cake would be perfect for Christmas. All right. And I'm traveling to my last country for today's video, and that's Germany. Here is the German Christmas food traditions. Germany Christmas food traditions. Christmas dishes are roast goose and roast carp, although suckling pig or duck may also be served. Typical side dishes include roast potatoes and various forms of cabbage, such as kale, Brussels sprouts, and red cabbage. In some regions, the Christmas dinner is traditionally served on Christmas Day rather than Christmas Eve. In this case, dinner on Christmas Eve is a simpler affair consisting of sausages such as bockwurst or wiener and potato salad. And that is the German Christmas food traditions. All right, and that is the Christmas food dishes from around the world and the Christmas food traditions from every country that I'm going to talk about on this video. So before I end today's video, I've got two delicious recipes that I am going to give to you. The first one is my calamari marinara, which is perfect over linguine, and then my panettone bread pudding. So right now, I'm going to give you my calamari marinara. Now, a lot of people say that calamari is very tough and rubbery and it's very hard to cook. But there's a secret to making the perfect calamari. And that secret is to either cook it for 45 seconds or 45 minutes. So you either want to cook it very quickly or you want to cook it in a very long, slow simmer. And what I found best with cooking calamari is to cook it slow in a simmer for a long time, which is 45 minutes. And that results in a very delicious calamari marinara. So for my recipe, I do not use homemade marinara. What I use is ragu, which I know for some people can be a sin, but I do add other ingredients to it. If you have the time on Christmas Eve, then by all means make a homemade marinara. I make homemade marinara on occasion, but certainly I do not have the time on Christmas Eve because A, I work on Christmas Eve, and when I come home, it's like 5 or 6 o'clock, and I've got to cook dinner, I've got to bake cookies, and I've got to wrap gifts and all that stuff. So I don't have hours to make a marinara sauce. So that's why I use ragu or any of the canned tomato sauces. Those are just as good as homemade marinara sauce. And you can actually doctor up a canned tomato sauce to your liking as well by adding seasonings and stuff to it. So here is my recipe for Chef Alex's calamari marinara. You will need a couple jars of ragu tomato sauce. You will need 1 can of clam juice. And I know clam juice is an unorthodox ingredient, but it's going to add some seafood flavor to this dish. You're going to need 1 cup of dry white wine. You're going to need 2 onions chopped. You're going to need a garlic clove minced. You're going to need a small pinch of red pepper flakes, Italian seasoning, oregano, basil, and parsley. And of course, you're going to need some calamari rings and tentacles. You can find them in your seafood department or in the frozen food section. And linguine. I think linguine is the best pasta to serve with this calamari marinara, but you could use any kind of pasta that is to your liking. You're going to need a large saucepan, and in a large saucepan, you're going to add a tablespoon of oil. Using medium heat, you're going to saute the onions and garlic for 3 or 4 minutes. You're going to add the red pepper flakes and the white wine. Simmer for 10 to 12 minutes. Then you're going to add the clam juice and tomato sauce. Now on medium heat, you're going to add the calamari. Turn the heat down to low and cook on low heat for 35 to 45 minutes until the calamari are very tender. And you're going to serve that with linguine pasta. Very, very delicious. And serve it with plenty of grated Parmesan cheese. And my final recipe is my Italian dessert recipe, and it is panettone bread pudding. As you guys and gals may know, I have an obsession with bread pudding. Bread pudding is one of my favorite desserts. I've already showed you how to make Texas Roadhouse bread pudding using their dinner rolls. I showed you how to make glazed donut bread pudding. And I'm pretty sure in 2022, I'll show you how to make cinnamon roll bread pudding. And I'll show you how to make panettone bread pudding. Real simple. You're going to take 1 panettone bread, which can either be chocolate chip or the dried fruit one. Slice it into 1-inch cubes. Then you're going to take a large mixing bowl. You're going to add 6 eggs. You're going to add a can of sweetened condensed milk. You're going to add a 1/2 cup of granulated sugar and 1 cup of whole milk. And you're going to whisk that together. Then you can add in, if you want, a tablespoon of ground cinnamon and dried raisins if you want. You're going to take those bread cubes and you're going to mix the pudding mixture we just made, the custard and the bread together. And you're going to take a spatula and squish it down until it is nice and mushy and the panettone bread has absorbed all the custard. You're going to place that in a 350-degree oven for about 30 to 35 minutes. Take it out of the oven, let it cool, serve it with whipped cream, Cool Whip, or vanilla ice cream, and you've got a very delicious panettone bread pudding. All right, we've reached the end of today's awesome broadcast. This was a really fun episode. I had a blast, and I hope you enjoyed it. Special thanks to the person that recommended this video. I think it was a really, really good idea, and I enjoyed it. So before I log off and end today's video, I do got a couple of announcements to make about some upcoming episodes that are just in time for the Christmas holiday in 13 days. So if you have Christmas cooking or Christmas baking questions, I'm your guy. Chef Alex is your guy. I'll be answering all your Christmas baking, your Christmas cooking, and your Christmas food questions this Wednesday night. Ask Chef Alex, Christmas themed, live this Wednesday, December 15th, 2021 at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. Ask Chef Alex Live is my cooking and baking Q&A. So tune in live Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific, and I'll answer all of your cooking and baking questions. So if you want, you can email me your cooking and baking questions. Email them to the email right there on the screen, which is alexgoyankeescardinale19@gmail.com. Make sure you submit those questions so I can answer them Wednesday night, or you can tune in on Wednesday live and post your questions in the comments. I'll be giving out my delicious Christmas cookie tips and Christmas dessert ideas. I'll also give out some Christmas entree ideas. I'll give out what I'm cooking for Christmas and what I'm baking for Christmas and all that fun stuff on Wednesday's episode, so make sure you are a part of it. My next baking video, my next live baking video, will be taking place on Saturday. See me make red velvet whoopie pies. Saturday, December 18th, 2021, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. I'll be making those delicious red velvet whoopie pies. And my last announcement is my inaugural Christmas 2021 Bash. That's going to air live Thursday, December 23rd, 2021, just 2 days before Christmas at 11:15 p.m. Eastern and 8:15 p.m. Pacific. Chef Alex will appear on that show. I will be giving out some delicious cookie recipes as well as baking. I'll be baking a red velvet bundt cake, a homemade rum cake, and a spaghetti pie. So join the Christmas 2021 Bash, Thursday, December 23rd, 11:15 p.m. Eastern, 8:15 p.m. Pacific, right here on my YouTube channel, the legendary Alex Cardinale. The last thing I got to say, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. Give me your Christmas gift by subscribing to my YouTube channel, the legendary Alex Cardinale. With that, thank you for tuning in. I'll see you with my next episode here on the legendary Alex Cardinale YouTube channel. Enjoy the rest of your weekend and the beginning of your week. Thank you for tuning in, whether you watch me live or you're catching your replay. I appreciate your view. Merry Christmas, everybody, and I will see you next time. Goodbye from Lake Worth, Florida. Chef Alex Cardinale here, and today I am proud to announce my very first cooking and baking giveaway here on my YouTube channel. Sunday, March 6th, 2022 is going to be a very historic and legendary event for me. It will be my 8-year YouTube anniversary. So myself and my dear friend Jeremy Stellhorn are partnering up to give my legendary cooking and baking lovers an awesome prize. Now, Jeremy Stellhorn is a J.R. Watkins representative. He sells the amazing Watkins products. So we are proud to announce Chef Alex and Jeremy Stellhorn's Watkins giveaway. The prize is going to be J.R. Watkins seasoning and extracts basket. Now, Watkins has awesome vanilla. It is 100% pure vanilla, and it is one of the best vanilla extracts in the market. It has alcohol in it, and it bakes off in your baking products, whether you're making cakes, cookies, or puddings or cheesecakes. I 100% back and use Watkins vanilla in my baked goods. So you will win Watkins vanilla extract as well as their other legendary seasonings and extracts. So here is how to enter this giveaway. Film a video discussing your favorite things to cook and bake. Then email your video to alexgoyankiescardinale19@gmail.com. That's all you've got to do. Just film a video discussing your favorite things to cook and bake, and then email it to the email you see on the screen right there. Deadline for entry is Tuesday, March 1st, 2022. All video entries will be uploaded to my YouTube channel, and they'll also be uploaded to my Watkins giveaway playlist. Video with the most likes and views wins. And the winner of the Chef Alex and Jeremy Stellhorn Watkins giveaway will be announced live on Sunday, March 6th, 2022 during the legendary 8-year YouTube anniversary. So I am excited to give all my chefs, all my cooks, and all my bakers who watch my cooking and baking videos a chance to win some legendary, awesome Watkins products. So get your entries in now. Remember, the deadline is March 1st, 2022. Good luck, everybody. Thank you for watching me, Chef Alex, in the kitchen. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe to my YouTube channel for some more cooking and baking videos. Make sure to subscribe to the legendary Alex Cardinale. With that being said, thank you for watching this cooking video. And if you use my recipe, be sure to tell me how it is in the comments. And if you have any cooking or baking questions, post them in the comments as well. Have a great rest of your day, and thank you for watching. Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas, everyone! Santa Claus Alex Cardinale here, inviting you to be a part of the inaugural Christmas 2021 Bash, airing live just 2 days before Christmas Thursday, December 23rd, 2021 at 11:15 p.m. Eastern, 8:15 p.m. Pacific. Join me, Santa Claus Alex Cardinale, for a fun Christmas 2021 bash featuring an appearance from Chef Alex with Chef Alex's best cookie recipes. I have a very important message to give as Santa Claus, and I'll give out Christmas present ideas and so much more. Merry Christmas, everyone, and happy holidays. Mark your calendars, Thursday, December 23rd, 2021, 11:15 p.m. Eastern, 8:15 p.m. Pacific. Christmas 2021 Bash, live right here on Alex's YouTube channel, the legendary Alex Cardinale. See you then, folks. Merry Christmas.